I have never been part of ICA formally, but when I was working in slums in Chennai, we used to visit ICA quite often for interactions and discussions. But I never met Claude there. I met Claude only in Bangalore. And the publications of ICA, the Draghi and the Thermare, we used to read very quite often because excellent articles used to come. If you want any reference material for our training programs or even to take out some content for public speaking, we used to refer the periodical, the Rally. Such a powerful articles used to come in that books. Now we are in Bangalore for past 4 decades, and I happen to meet Claude here and interact with him quite often because we are building urban poor movements, particularly for the slum dwellers and the unorganized labor women. So literally every other day used to be on the streets, and all our meetings used to be on the platforms and the Kaban Park and Lal Bags. So when Claude was in Ashrabat, he was generous enough to give us the space to discuss our issues, our meetings, planning meetings, and also all meetings. And we used to also discuss a number of issues with him. He's a quiet listener. He had a lot of patience and also compassion, as many of you speakers said, the compassion and love for the poor. So that was the binding factor between us and for the club. So using this platform on behalf of all our movements, KKSS, State Clubs Controllers Federation, Women's Voice, Construction Workers Union, and National Center for Labor, which has little more than 1 million membership in 14 states, I offer our tributes and great salute to Father Claude. Friends, I want to present 2 points and wind up that because otherwise the young lady before me will show me the card. And I used to tell in meetings like this, for activists like us, you give 5 minutes content, we will talk 5 hours. And like academicians or intellectuals, you give them 5 hours content, they finish up in 5 minutes. They have that capacity and we have this capacity. So for us, giving 5 minutes and talk something is very difficult. Still, I would like to place 2 points before you and wind up. One is that organizing the poor, whether they are urban poor or rural poor, is not as easy as it was a couple of decades or even 1 decade ago. It's a very, very challenging now. You take any section, not only poor, even the student communities, organizing them is a very challenging task in the present political, socio-economic conditions. Secondly, the point I would like to put forth is that the democratic space, what we are, is shrinking very fast. We have been fighting and fought solid struggles. Through solid struggles, we are able to get some legislative protection for the poor. Yeah. But that space, legal space, is also shrinking. The thinking of the government, they are least bothered about poor. I don't think they understand poverty, they understand the poor. Last week, we had 2 struggles in Delhi, and we happened to meet some of the MPs and also Rahul Gandhi we met. We didn't expect he would give us 45 minutes. We had a 45 minutes discussion with Rahul Gandhi. He was asking more questions than trying to understand. and we met a couple of members of parliament. I don't think they're least bothered about what is the situation prevailing in this country. As somebody suggested in the morning session, it is better that our young people, our particularly students, through some concrete programs, we will launch understanding India, knowing India. Otherwise, the majority of the people will get lost somewhere. See, for example, I would like to say that the Honorable Prime Minister says there's one program called Housing for All. He gives a statement that he has constructed 5 lakhs houses. In fact, the reality is not even 50,000 houses are completed. Because they have such a control over the print, electronic and social media, they are able to manipulate. As somebody was saying that India stands 7th or 6th in the world economy, and my friends says that these people are having heavily paid people in Google, and they are trying to manipulate and mislead the whole nation and the global leaders through misrepresentation of facts. And secondly, I would like to say, from our own example, for the unorganized sector, whatever laws we are able to get, they want to repeal it, they want to merge it, they want to consolidate it in the form of rationalization, in the name of rationalization, codification and simplification. All this not to help the labor, but to help the foreign direct investments to flow in freely. So they are going to make 45 labor laws and bring out 4 labor codes. And there won't be any division between the organized and unorganized once this course comes. Labor is treated equally. More than 94% of the laborers in the unorganized sector denied of everything that is just and humane. And that kind of section will be merged with the organized sector, which enjoys certain privileges through their long struggles. And what kind of provisions they are going to make, including the organizations like Provident Fund, which has more than 7 lakh crore funds. And our own construction workers welfare fund, we have 47,000 crores nationally. In Karnataka, we have more than 7,500 crores. So the intention is that to centralize everything. So the power which will rule the whole country, and the least bothered about the poor in this country. And whatever way you go, through struggles, through lobbying, advocacy, you try to create some space, and the government will come out with certain laws to curtail your freedom, curtail your fundamental rights, even to unionize, collective bargaining. That space, everything in the formal sector, that space is also decreasing. So, my submission to whether they are old ICFers or the new ICFers, the students, we should really motivate, like our Father God is a great motivator. We should really motivate the student community, as somebody raised in the morning. How do we use the technology? How do we use the social media? Because the social media plays a dominant role, and it is being completely used by the upper class and the ruling class to manipulate the issues. They manipulate, not to present the facts. The facts are misrepresented always, and through these social medias and print and electronic media. So to counter this, how we are going to use the powerful tools of technology and social media to present what is India, what are its issues, how people really live in urban area like city like Bangalore. The urban poor, when they come out, they just you cannot identify this particular person is from Islam. But if you ask him whether he had a lunch or she had a lunch or a breakfast, he'll say no. So still the situation is not changed drastically at the grassroots, particularly among the urban poor. I'm sure that the condition is worse in the among the rural poor. The unorganized labor still denied of the minimum wages, denied of social security. But we claim that India is the second largest economy in the world. So this kind of manipulations. And why I am saying the least bother about poor, first of all, they don't understand the issues, they make you statements, but there won't be any depth in the statement. Secondly, the farmers from Tamil Nadu, they were striking, protesting in Delhi for more than a month. The Prime Minister didn't even have courtesy to come and visit them, at least hear them, or invite them for a discussion. The same thing happened in Bangalore. 3 days, the construction workers, more than 5,000 construction workers in the, we were on the strike, and neither the Labour Minister nor the Labour Secretary had the courtesy to come and receive the memorandum. Because they are not bothered. They know that with money they can do everything. Today, the discussion among the top political leaders are that the middle class is receiving money. Middle class is taking money for votes. So I was talking to our people that whatever you had some space in the electoral politics, we are losing that because we have the new classes coming, the middle class is coming, who are more in number. They are receiving money because one vote goes up to 5,000 rupees. I'm sure that in the next election one vote will be 10,000 rupees because already sufficient amount, sufficient money is being organized well and is also distributed. So the movement of money will not take place during the election time. So the situation is completely changing. The only solution what I found is that how do you organize this? What kind of new strategies we should come out, organizing the poor, organizing the unorganized labor. Until unless you come out with these strategies, it's not possible to even reach them. Thank you very much.